All right. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Mr. J Walk. Mr. Walk, how you doing this morning, brother?
Man, I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir. All right.
Just
So
just here. I'm in the suit today in honor of Mr. Kevin Samuels.
yes, sir. Yes,
Because he always said the suit Saturdays, even if you don't have nothing to do, put on the
sir.
suit Saturday if you're a grown man, something like that. I know I'm quoting him wrong, but that's why I'm wearing this.
All right, cool, cool. We'll give a special RIP to Mr. Kevin Samuels. Much respect to the work that he did and the things that he was doing. He was a polarizing figure. People really didn't like him, as you could tell on Twitter with the disrespect, primarily from women, but it came from males also. But we'll discard that and just remember the good works that he did. He did a good job, in my opinion. He did good works for black relationships and stuff like that. So last night we did a special for him, remembering Kevin Samuels. Had people call in and watch the show if you want to speak on it or let your feelings be known. Good morning, Miss Deidre. Thank you for joining us. What's your take on it, Walt?
Well, I got into Kevin Samuels maybe about a year and a half ago. My big brother was messing with me. He sent me a link, and Kevin Samuels, he was like talking about grown men dressing like kids, sagging and wearing big t-shirts and stuff. And it was like kind of offensive, but it was true. Like, cause I do dress like that. I'm 47 years old. I was kind of offended, but then it was like I start checking in on that dude, who he was, and then I start seeing the stuff on females. Now, a lot of women, they say that he go hard on them, but he go harder on the brothers.
Yeah.
He used to really hold men accountable for their lack of prospering.
Yep. Real talk,
So,
man.
he was preaching a real good message and keep that black family together.
Yep.
You know,
Once again, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. You'll be missed, but your work lives on forever. The message lives on forever. And we suffered another death in our community. Mrs. Jewel from Death Row. R.I.P. to Jewel. No, I know she never. From far as I know, she never released the album.
she
Do you
did.
know? She
She did.
did.
She
Okay.
did. She
Okay.
released two. One
Man.
was like as early as 2020, 2020 or 2019.
Okay.
It wasn't that good. I'm like, I listened to her. I'm talking about before she passed away.
Yeah.
I re-listened to it this year, and it did. I didn't really like it. I ain't gonna, but she had a beautiful voice. She was an amazing talent for Death
She
Row. Did a
was.
lot of songs, wrote
She,
a lot of songs, and you know, and
they
she was only 56.
Damn, they got a lot of interviews out there with. If you want to learn more about her, she did a lot of interviews these last 2 years. I think she was in a lot of interviews on the YouTube. So R.I.P. to Jewel, and R.I.P. to if you lost loved ones, R.I.P. Much love and respect.
Uh-huh.
All right, so guess we're gonna move forward and bring in our other co-hosts, Mr. JC and Mr. Janetta. We'll bring them on and get into these topics. Good morning, Mr. JC. How you doing, brother? Can you hear me? Your mic is muted.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning. How y'all weekend?
Doing
Morning.
good, doing good. Good morning, Miss Janetta. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you fellas doing?
Doing all right.
Great.
All right.
Good.
Cool,
I
cool.
want to say, hey, I want to, shed a little light on me. I completed my schooling. I have my degree. So it's been a
Congratulations.
long road. I want to thank everybody who's been there in my corner and supported me all this time. You know what I'm saying? Did that.
Focus up. Focus up, man.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Cool, cool.
That's right.
All right. So we're about to get into it, Mr. JC.
All right, y'all. Y'all ready to rock and roll with this topic for the day? Today is May 7th, 2022. First topic we're gonna kick off is 3 years or less, will you still marry the female you're with?
No, no, no. No, that's really I think you said that wrong. Let me say it, Mr. JC. It's within 3 years, 2 to 3 years, if he don't marry you, he ain't gonna marry your ass. I
Like
don't mean to
that,
say it
huh?
like that,
Like
but
that.
that's just a reality. And 2 to 3 years is still a long time.
Yeah.
I really say, like me, a person, like with my last wife, I kind of knew within the first 2 to 3 months that we was gonna get married, and she knew it too. So a
Okay.
lot of times women, they say, "Oh no, please, please, honey, you better let them know we getting married or not, and let's move on." Because you can't be with no cat for no 10, 15 years being a deposit
Ooh, man. That's crazy.
and not getting married. Because I have a daughter, and I definitely don't want that for her.
Okay. How you feel about that, Miss Janetta?
I feel like it's situational. He has a point because I also feel like if you're living together, definitely after 3 years, more than likely he's not going to marry you. I also tell people that as well, that after the first year, you pretty much know, but it also depends on where you are in life. Sometimes that man may not be ready because of financial statuses, or they may have certain goals they're trying to reach, but still, you find out what those goals are in the beginning, and you pretty much know. Some men want to be the breadwinner, they want to be able to provide and give everything to their wife. So it's situational to me.
Hmm.
But he does have a point. I've been in a situation where I stayed in a relationship longer than I should have. And we both had excuses or reasons why we weren't married. For me, it was back then, during that time, whoever was the breadwinner, they were garnishing your wages. And so that person already had children, and we both knew that my wages were going to get garnished because at the time I was making more money. And so it was
I
like,
don't have nothing to do with it. I don't mean to cut you off, Miss Janetta, but I'm sorry. I need that fade. I don't think that have nothing
yeah.
to do with it.
I
Did
said we
y'all
were
get
making
married?
excuses. Did you hear me say we were making excuses?
No,
I did
it's
say
not.
that.
It sounds like excuses. I
If
apologize for
if
cutting
I
you
say
off,
it was
but I
an excuse, we made an
I need
excuse.
that fade.
Catch that
I need
fade.
it.
I said it was
If
an
my fat
excuse.
ass, if my
Put
fat ass can take this jacket off. No, wait, hold on. See, that just sounds like a bunch of crap that guys sell women. I don't know
no,
that guy
I,
and whatever.
I was a
Go
part of
ahead.
that. Yes, I was a part of that. That's why I said we both made excuses. At the end of the day, it was shame on me because I knew I didn't see no future in that person. So as far as us getting married. So I feel like me as a woman, I stayed in there longer than I should have. And I'm the one that chose to get out of the relationship because I knew there was no future, so why keep going with it? And once again, I still tell people what you say within 3 years, you should be married if you've been with that person. That first year, you guys are really getting to know each other. And if you move in together, it's a whole different situation.
Agree
So
with
put
that.
Well,
your
go ahead.
cap on.
Yeah, it's steps to it. You know, you first meet the person, then y'all start dating. I don't think you should move in, or I don't think you should move in before you get married. And then if you with somebody for like 3 years and no talk or no engagement and nothing going on, I think it's time to move on. I personally I think 3 years is too long. I'm more along. I'm more on 2 years. I'm like, if you don't know after 2 years, if it ain't nothing happening after 2 years, I think y'all need
Right.
to pick it up. Okay, we got Sister Davita. She said
Yeah,
I
I think
waited
it has to do.
that sister
You
said
waited
she waited
25 years.
25
Wow,
years.
that's what I think. That's what I think. I think it has to do with both
Wait, no,
individuals
wait,
because,
and then
like
you
I
see
said,
she
my
put
situation.
LOL at the end. Y'all see the LOL?
She's being truthful though.
Sister waited
Yeah,
25 years.
She just tied the knot on 420. I'm a witness to
I mean,
that.
it
Okay.
could, it could. That's right. Salute, congratulations. But
Congratulations
I
Go
on
think
that.
it
ahead,
has to do with the
Stacey. Finish
individuals. I
what you
mean,
say.
some 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 people credit be messed up. Like some cases be, that they're just not ready. You know what I mean? Most of the time it be the females that want to marry. The males, we'll let it run as long as we can let it run. You know what I mean? I think it's up to the female to make that stipulation of, okay, are you gonna commit, dude, or what? If not, then we need to have some more discussions about how we're gonna go along with this relationship.
All right. So I'm
I'm
saying,
sitting here. Wait, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm sitting here. I'm kind of pissed. I want to just like listen. I'm a guy. Yo, straight up. I know what men thinking. I know the thought process. Cause you ever heard of a situation where a guy's with a chick for like 10 years and then they break up and then he get married right away?
yeah,
Yes,
I heard
yes.
those stories.
Come on
I
now.
heard those
See,
stories.
I'm telling you. See,
Mark,
And
what
that
are you pissed
and
listen,
about?
You sound like jaywalk. It sounds like you personalizing it in the sense
That,
that you saying it pisses you off. Like you feel like because I know you got a daughter, I got a daughter. That's
yeah,
something we wouldn't want for our daughters, right? Because it sounds like is that
yeah,
where you
and
going
all
with it?
women.
Yeah.
Women, not just that my family. My daughter is nowhere near getting married right now. But I'm just saying it's kind of foolish, in my opinion, my humble opinion, for a woman to sit around with a guy and just being a deposit
Mhm.
and then nothing. And then it's like, and then after y'all break up, then you hating guys because you're like 40 now and you're like, damn, now I'm looking for a man and all that stuff. And you hating men, you're mad at men. No, that was you who made the choice to wait on this clown. And now you reaping the benefits of that.
Yeah, I think the problem is that women and men they feel like those 20s gonna last forever. You know what I'm saying? They think them good looks gonna last forever. So they just riding it. Oh, it's a good, I'm with a cute dude or a cute lady. And they don't understand that, hey, we gotta take it to the next step. Cause if you saying like they gonna just be a deposit, if they see it in that sense, like, hey man, you gotta get something for this.
That sounds bad, huh?
It
That do
does.
sound.
It does. It does, man. But
I'm turning red.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean,
times.
get married. You get with somebody, get married within 3 years, and get tied that knot, and let it be known that y'all together and y'all plan on going through this life together. Don't sit around and be on the fence. Because you got to get married.
Bubba said I waited 10 years before I got married. Okay.
I
I
mean, it
know.
happens. It happens. You ain't gonna marry nobody when they credit is jacked up. You ain't gonna marry nobody that got debt. You understand what I mean? It takes years to clear that debt up. So,
It
like
takes.
I
What
said,
the hell did that got to do with
Hey,
marriage, brother?
JC.
I'm just saying, far as when you invest in somebody because they attach their debt with yours, and
But
they will
listen,
go
you
into your
talking
bank
about
account.
you're talking about 20-year-old somebody 20, 25 years old, and that like for me personally that wasn't even on my mind when I got married. My credit, her credit, it wasn't even in that. It should have been. I agree with you that it should have been.
Because it
But
happened to
Right.
me.
yeah, but young people they not thinking like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We can say
yeah,
that in hindsight, but young people ain't tripping off no credit score, and I
yeah,
would I wouldn't have wasn't gonna let no credit score hinder me from getting married. No cost of no wedding and stuff like that. When you ready to get married, you're gonna get married.
yeah,
Facts.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean
Facts.
I hear what you're saying, but man, dude, you can
yeah.
get
I
married.
mean, it can go like that at the same time. Like I said, you just go deeper into debt, and that's what we all working to get up out of the debt
Okay.
situation.
I'm
But like you say, yeah, nobody thinks like that at that age. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I just don't see no point in a woman just sitting around for all them years and then it's like he still ain't married. Where he put on my finger and then be mad at men because that's what's gonna happen, baby girl. I'm here. I'm preaching for. I'm on my Kevin Samuels. I'm on my Kevin Samuels right now. You
Well, I
better get
hear you.
marriage minded. or you going burr, burr, burr?
But every female is not angry at a man. It is our fault if we sit around and we wait on that man. You know, we have a
Yep.
decision to stay or not stay. And like I said, in my case, I left. I chose to walk away. And I'm sure several other women are, but at the same time, I'm not going to tell no man, hey, if you don't marry me by 2 or 3 years, I'm gone. Because, you know, we never know what obstacles life throws us. But if I see it's not right, I'm going to leave. I'm not just going to, hey, you have to marry me by this time or I'm out of here. That's what I mean. But I do agree with you. By 3 years or so, you know, you do know. You should know. But it's still
6 months,
situational.
2 months,
Yeah, and
two
even with the
months.
credit situation, sometimes the other person can help the other one get their credit up to par.
Yeah, when you marry, you take on all that. I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Then what? Then what?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she got bad credit, I got bad credit, or I got good credit, she got bad credit. Oh, we can't get married. Now what? Oh, damn. So I
He
gotta
said
find
she
somebody
can
with
get
good
married
credit
because of
to get
credit.
married. That don't make no sense.
man, that's crazy.
I ain't feeling that. I'm right, y'all wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Salute, salute.
put the jacket back on. That's what you
So
do.
we
All right.
Where we at
so
with
we
it?
gonna stick on this. We done with that topic. We're gonna move on to the next
Yes,
one.
Yeah.
let's move
We
on
got
before we have to
sexual
get
recklessness.
Mark. Ooh, Venus just asked the question. Why was Kevin Samuel
I
still
have no
Hey,
single
idea
hey,
and
about that one.
delete that
self-contained and
comment.
doing what he
Delete that
could?
comment, bro. See that? See that?
Where are
Ba-
you?
I don't have no answer for that because I mean,
right. You, hey,
Yeah.
Davida, you banned from making any more comments. Hey,
I
ban her. El Pooh, you the back. Ban her. Ban her. Because that's hypothetical right
Yeah.
there. That's what they call that in court. What? Not unsubstantiated evidence or something.
yeah,
What's that word they use, man?
unsubstantiated claim, unsubstantiated.
Yeah,
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 Yeah.
just because people say it don't mean it's true. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I mean,
I don't like people talking about dead people like, yo, he's up. I don't like that. That ain't cool. Because the person ain't can't defend itself. And now it's a lot of chicks that's going bananas like, oh, well, he died alone. Oh, look, we ain't doing that. I don't focus up.
yeah.
You bad for 2 months, girl. Now just
All right. Hey, we gonna get these shout outs out here right quick. We're gonna say what's up to LeBread Trucking. Appreciate you tapping into the show. We got Disney Magical Adventures, Wukusu, Wake Up, Clean Up, Stand Up, Kilo, Nola J. You can find them on all music platforms. The Black August Studios, Tunnel Vision. Appreciate y'all tapping in, and Homies Way Car Club as well. Thank you guys for tapping in. Appreciate y'all. Continue to like and share the program, the show.
and I have
And we
one more, sir. Shay's Jazzy Jules Boutique. She's
that's right.
watching and supporting the show.
Cool.
Salute, salute. We got the next topic coming up. Sexual recklessness. Um, I'll let you start off with that one, Mr. Walk, and give us a little bit of insight.
Sexual recklessness. That's what a lot of people do. A lot of people are still doing a lot of stuff I did when I was fresh out the joint. It's kind of going bananas, making up for lost time, but it was real reckless what I was doing. And I have a confession. It was a time where it was around the same period. It was like 4 women were pregnant, and that was very reckless and very crazy.
Hmm.
2 of them lost it. The child was, I'm talking about 4 months in the womb. One had an abortion, and the other one, she just didn't say nothing. But I haven't ran into her, and it was all good. So whatever. Not like that, but you know what I mean. But that was just being a reckless individual, just out there, just doing whatever, and not think about the consequences of those actions as a young man. So you do grow and you do learn, but if you live in that way, a lot of things can happen because a lot of people are talking about COVID, but there's another thing called HIV that's lurking around out there still. And they got the VB virus that's in the Netherlands right now. That's in it'll be in America soon. But sexual recklessness is just a bad thing, and we just got to be more conscious minded of what we're doing with our bodies and our energy.
So the way you define sexual recklessness is just being out there having sex with multiple partners and things of that nature, just letting off and
Not thinking about the consequences.
okay, okay,
Consequences.
yeah. So that should
Mm.
be avoided. And, you know, what's your
It's
take?
here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And one of the biggest issues that people use is they were intoxicated, they had too much to drink. And it's really shame on both parties. You can't put the blame on one person because if a female let a guy go in bareback, shame on her from start and shame on the guy for doing it, especially if you of age. You know better, you know the risk. And it's not just HIV, herpes still exists too. Some of those things that
Mhm.
last a lifetime. So sexual recklessness is here to stay. Unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. And it's sad.
Yeah,
Her
you see it all the time. You know what I mean? I got a few homies out there that was reckless, you know, and then you see the outcome, you know, of the babies that's not being taken care of and because of the financial struggle, you know what I mean, that the parent goes through from having so many kids. But you know, it's just an unfortunate situation. And like you say, it is unsafe out there with the diseases that's going around. Knock on wood. I ain't never had to run across any of them, but at the same time, I've heard many stories, you know what I mean? I've heard many nightmares, you know what I mean, about, you know, stuff going on like that, you know what I mean?
Man, yep.
herpes, the gift that keeps on giving.
Real situation that could be caused by sexual recklessness. But I mean, wearing a condom, is that practicing non-sexual? Is that non-reckless? If you wear a condom every time,
Hmm.
It's still
Uh,
reckless. If you're out there being buck wild, it's still reckless. You know, condom's not 100%. We all do know that as well. What if the condom rip? You
yeah.
know, anything is possible.
But you're being safe though. You're being safe.
A
But
percentage of it is being safe, but you're still reckless. I mean, if you're just going around just sleeping with somebody just because, you're still reckless.
Mr.
What
Donex
is
said
that?
everybody got herpes. All right.
Hey, hey, but
Hey,
look,
that's the
but
first
look,
comment from Mr. Don and the last. Block him.
but look.
Hey, what? Why you didn't
I
tap
got a
in, man?
question.
You go ahead, go ahead.
I got a what's going? I got a question. Okay, being sexually reckless, right? Would that be an addiction?
it can't be.
No,
It depends on
no,
the
I don't.
individual. It depends on the individual. If you're addicted to sex, 9 times out of 10, absolutely.
Yeah, you're gonna be reckless
I
with
don't.
it.
Go ahead, bro.
I was
I
just
don't
saying
think
you're gonna
there's a
be.
such thing as a sexual addiction for a man. It's like, who the hell ain't a sexual addict? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just reckless to the point where you're just doing whatever and not thinking. That's what I'm really focused more on the consequences of those actions.
Why
Like if
why you
I
don't
have,
why you don't think
I,
that a man could be sexually addicted?
I
Yeah, I
just
would
don't.
like
Like,
to.
who the hell don't want to just have sex all the goddamn time? As far as a man,
So some people can overdo it though. Some people can be like one sex, and chasing after sex. You know what I'm saying? That shit can be reckless, and that shit it can be an addiction for some people.
how? I mean, I who I just got to keep going back to that. Like, let's think about when we was in our 20s and early 30s. Is like you trying to knock that, trying to get it in. Period. Who the hell? So what? What would make a man? I don't think a man's drive would be different than mine. Every man. Am I wrong?
Nah,
Say that again. A man's drive. I
Let me,
mean, I was
I
let
can't,
me
I
stop.
can't, I can't, I can't even catch that fade, man, because I'm gonna let Floyd answer that.
You know, I'm right.
say that again. Say that again.
I ain't saying that again. You better pay attention. Now, I said, what makes a man's sex drive different than mine? Every, I mean, not like I'm just driven by it, but hey,
In other words,
oh,
he's
I got a
saying
business.
who, as a man, won't turn down a piece of pie.
That's a different from turning it down, but I'm talking about chasing it. As far as an addiction goes, you chasing that shit with a
I don't see it.
um like how do you say? Let me see. Let
I
me
don't
try
see
to
it
kind
as
of
an
word it
addiction,
right,
bro. That's
huh?
just natural. I don't
To
see
one
it as an
sex, it's
addiction.
natural.
It's just, to me, it's just natural because that's how
Hmm.
we wired. That we programmed to hunt for it. If we don't have a steady, you know, outlet,
So if you with your
Mm-hmm.
lady,
we're
let's
hunting
say
for it.
if you with your lady, you wake up, y'all
Yeah,
have sex. Hour later, you trying to get some more, and then 2 hours after that, you trying to get some more. That's a
I
that's a
mean,
problem,
what?
right? That's a
On
problem.
what planet?
If she like,
I
I
mean,
don't want
if
none.
she ready to rock, let's rock. If I'm ready to rock, let's rock. But
So
I
let's
can
see.
see if it's like, okay, come on now, wait a minute, put the kid to sleep. All right, let's hurry up and go in the room.
That's
No,
the
it ain't
addiction.
that serious.
That's the
It ain't
addiction.
that serious.
That's an addiction. If somebody doing it like that, that's an addiction.
No, it ain't.
Uh,
That's normal. That's normal. I
man,
don't want to personalize shit because I mean we all been in relationships and stuff like that. We know how stuff goes. When you're living with a person, you rocking and rolling whenever y'all can get it in.
I
Now,
got a
just
question for
because
Miss.
your
I got a
drive might be a
question.
little higher than hers, that don't mean something wrong with you.
I got a question for
Go ahead,
this
big
young
dog.
lady. For this young lady right here. Have a man ever turned you down?
No, no, don't have a reason to. Why should
okay.
they?
So
Let's say you talking about like a sexual advancement. That's what you're saying, Mr. JC. Like
yeah, have
she
have
want
a
to have
man
sex and
ever?
he was like, nah, I'm cool right now.
Um, this is not considered rape, but if he say he's cool right now, he's gonna change his mind real quick because I'm gonna take charge, and then he gonna make it do what he do. So I don't turn it down, so you're not turning it down. Ain't no such thing as turning it down up in the house, in the bed. No. Don't be in my bed if you don't turn it down.
uh,
And see, I
church.
don't have reckless sex, so I'm not out there just sleeping with anybody. So you want me to submit to you, you doggone sure gonna submit to me. I'm not saying no to you. We could be mad, we could be whatever. Ain't no such thing as no.
Ain't no such thing as no.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Man.
We got anything else to discuss on this topic?
no.
So we ready to move on?
Yeah, because he over there rubbing his head. It's all men are doing.
Said my spiel. That's what I'm saying. I guess we in agreement over there because it's just natural. It's normal.
You know, it's
I
different
mean,
if there's something going on. If the female she hasn't having issues, or if the man is if he has if he has erectile dysfunction or something, that's all a different story. But if you can function and you can perform, it's not necessarily addictive. You're trying to satisfy each other. But if you just going around with a sexual erection, that's a whole different story. But you
Right.
with someone, your wife, your spouse, or whatever, it shouldn't be no. In my opinion, if I'm mad at my dude or whatnot, and he wants some, I feel like it's not a right. It's still a privilege, but I'm gonna submit because I don't want him holding back on me when I want some. So it's no point of punishing each other. So that part is not a sexual addiction. It's just pleasing your mate at the end of the day.
We got a couple
Right.
comments at the bottom. We missed Mr. Bubba's comment.
Sexual addiction involves more than one woman. I don't
I'm
agree
gonna
with that. I don't agree with that.
Why not?
Because you could be, like I say, if you chasing after your woman and you just trying to have that sexual act, right? And you just
Mhm.
keep on pursuing them and they don't want it no more, and you addicted, so you keep on pursuing them for that sexual arousal and everything. So I don't think it involves more than one woman. It has to be more than one woman. It
Right.
could be
Maybe
one.
they desire or crave it, if that
No,
one
you
woman
just look
is
for
putting them down.
if you have an outlet, if my sexual drive is higher than yours, that it might be a problem. That's where it's a problem. Like, oh, he's addicted to sex. You know what
It's
I
like
mean?
even
Or she wanted more than me. She's addicted to sex. Nah, some people have a higher sex drive than others. So, but I don't. When people say they sexual addicts, I'm talking about as a man perspective because I can't think like a woman because I ain't no woman. But I'm
well,
talking
hey,
about just for men. I look at that as ridiculous when the guys say that. That's just
hey,
my
we
opinion.
got a special guest that want to chime in on this topic. So let's bring him on board. Let's welcome Mr. Don 38X.
Ridiculous when the guys say that. That's just
Hey, we got a special guest that want to chime in on this topic. So let's bring him on board. Let's welcome Mr. Don 38X. So, hey, you got to turn off your speaker, bro, or turn off the if you're watching it.
So let's bring him on board. Let's welcome Oh God, come on.
There you go.
Phantom Zone.
All right, well, welcome
What's
to
up,
the
big
show.
bro? You good?
Hey, what's that? No, I was on the computer, but the camera on my phone. So I got the computer and the phone. I got all kind of shit going on.
How
I'm
you
just trying
feel
to see how
about
this
the
shit works.
topic? The topic.
The topic about
Yeah.
when you talk about herpes. The camera
Yeah.
on my phone. So I got the computer and the phone. I just heard myself say that.
Whatever that is, you got to cut that off. I think because you know what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah, okay,
You
it's
gotta-
off. It's off. It's off. Okay. All right.
So we talk about sexual recklessness.
Sexual recklessness.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we say about sexual recklessness? I mean, come on. Sexual recklessness?
Yeah.
Having sex with all kind of people. How does a man don't get to go have a bunch of sex? That's women doing that. A man, he can't just go smash anything unless he got some skills. How that work?
How you feel about Kevin Samuels?
No. Sexual recklessness. What you were saying about sexual recklessness, what I'm hearing is y'all just saying that people can just go have sex. How does that work?
No, when you being reckless with your sex, being reckless with your body, you're not conscious of the outcome. You're not tripping on the outcome. That's being reckless. That's like me driving down the street. I'm drunk as hell and I'm crashing into shit. I'm not thinking about the outcome that I'm doing with my actions. The same with sex.
Well,
I'm being
okay.
sexually reckless.
Sex is mainly
So that's
controlled by
whoever
women.
you have.
Okay, picture this. I had sex with a woman. I was drunk and I used a condom. Then I passed out. While I was passed out, she walked around my house and she saw, and then I woke up and she was riding me raw. And I pushed her off me. Now, I went to the police station. I went to the police station to report her. They laughed me out of there. They was like, what? What? You messed up. It was like it was a joke. I mean, the sexual recklessness, I don't think men have control over sexual recklessness unless they're out there with hookers. I mean, I don't think that sexual recklessness
All right, wait, yo. All right, Mr. Don Next. I asked you to be on the show. I kind of think you kind of not aware of the topic or what we just spoke on, but
well,
that's
you just asked me a question.
Hold on. I asked you to be on the show really for Mr. Kevin Samuels. Do you have anything to say about Mr. Kevin Samuels? You were supposed to check in a little earlier, sir. But
no, you didn't send me the link. No, I'm saying well, Why ask me a question about sexual recklessness? I mean, I got
Don't
10
worry
children,
about that.
6 baby mamas. What? I mean, I was reckless back in my day.
Okay, well let's talk about Kevin Samuels since you're on, sir.
Kevin Samuels was
Um,
my dude.
okay.
I,
So
um, I
how do you
mean,
feel about his passing and the vitriol response that he's getting from a lot of women from his death? It's like a celebration right now.
not from only from them raggedy women, the women that they be, the ones that the only the one that hit dog scream. You know what I'm saying? The ones with the 5 children by 7 dudes. Yeah, that them. That's the one. The ones that's yeah, not regular women. The most women, he had 1.5 million of subscribers, dude, and most of them are women. I
Hmm.
mean, he was kicking some real stuff. I mean, he was actually talking and saying things that we all think and feel. You know what I mean? I mean, we lost a great dude, man. I mean, damn. I got
Definitely.
the I heard about Kevin Samuels from a woman. She posted it. And then when I heard it, I'm like, whoa, who is this dude? I didn't know. All they had was a KS down there. I never heard of him. Man, I was digging. I went all trying to find who this dude was.
So you
But
found him, and then what happened?
I tuned in. I was number one
All
fan.
right. Okay, cool. All right, look. Hey, Mr. Donex, do you want to stick around for the next topic? We got to move on. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Salute. Because we do have another topic that we're doing, and this is all white teachers, black students. White teachers, black students. In our community, my whole life growing up, all I had was white teachers, maybe one or two sprinkled in. But the numbers are more dramatically different right now. It's more white teachers teaching our children than ever. How do you guys feel about that?
They hate us.
Who hate us?
I grew up in the '80s. The white teachers, I
Uh-huh.
didn't understand. I didn't know that. I didn't know about racism. But they don't look at us as the things that was going on with me. I didn't know that they were tripping. They don't understand.
I want to say something about that. In school, learning about Christopher Columbus and all that, it never interests me, right? And it just seemed like our educational system really needs to be overhauled, because it seems like I learned more about myself as a black man when I graduated than I did when I went to school.
Well, we
What
got
you
to think
learn about
about it from
yourself?
this perspective. We got to look at it from this perspective. This is not our country. This is actually white folks' country. That's just facts of the matter. We can't expect them to really teach us to be against their system. You know what I mean? That actually, if you think about it, that don't make sense. Like if I'm
Mm,
running a regime here, I'm not going to train you to uprise and take my shit over. It's just not going to happen.
mm.
So that's why I don't expect it, but that's just what's happening in the community where we live. We're in a community where it's a predominant amount of white teachers with the black students. And guess who those teachers are married to? Police officers. So it's like a chain. These are statistics. I can't find it right now. I should have had it ready, but it's a statistic of teachers and police officers being married. That's the prison, the pipeline to prison system at work.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, if it's anybody else that had a black teacher, um, speak up, because all
I'm,
my teachers, like I said, was Caucasian.
yeah,
When I was in the 5th grade, I went to Bancroft. They bused me from Marvin to Bancroft. While
uh-huh.
I was there, I had a black teacher, and she was cool. I had a substitute one day. A white lady came up in there. And she came and was fussing at me and called herself messing up her country. I didn't know what she was talking about. I was in 5th grade. Now I never went home and told my parents and said, hey, when I think back about a bunch of stuff that was going on with me, it was racism, but we were never taught about racism. Our parents never told us. My parents never said that they got racist people that don't like you just because you black or whatever. I did not grow up knowing about racism at all.
Me neither. I'm like, when I grew up, I really didn't see white folks. I never used to see white folks until I started Webster Junior High, other than the teachers. As far as like intermixing with white people, that was my first time was at Webster and Hamilton. Like I was like, oh, like, but I seen them on TV.
Yeah, I didn't know they had that many white people in America until I went to the Marine Corps. And then the brothers was looking at me like they was like trying to get together, and I was like, what y'all trying to get some Martin Luther King shit going on? I was not with it. The brothers, I had no idea about racism, and then they would always put me in charge, and then I got my rank and stuff, but they was calling me a coon and stuff. I'm like, what? I said, ain't no black and white, we all green. Like my brother used to call me robots, like protect the president. And all I had is we all Marines. But when I was in Saudi Arabia.
Wait, hold on. Janetta, what do you feel on this? Because we haven't got your take on white teachers, black students yet.
My personal opinion, I do not have a problem with white teachers teaching blacks depending on the topic, as long as they're not being racist. Because before there was segregation, you have to think what I do know when blacks were teaching blacks, we were getting more discipline and we were more shaped up. When the whites more so start taking over and they start taking out the discipline, and the black teachers used to pop us with rulers. We had the paddles and all that stuff. When the white people came in, they started changing the way the discipline was going on. And so that's when our children start getting more disrespectful. If a white teacher is educating our people on what's supposed to be educated and not on some racism stuff, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with black teachers teaching white students. It's all a matter of what you're teaching. How much harm could a teacher that's teaching math do? What type of racism are you going to throw in there? You're going to say if you have 6 black dolls over here or 5 white dolls, you're going to go to that. Which one would you go to? That's being racist. And as long as that teacher is not being racist, I'm okay, because you don't get into education because of the pay, obviously. And personally, I feel like the reason teaching started is because a lot of white people were at home, wives or their husbands were out doing anything. They just created something. That's why the pay rate is so low for teaching. Don't get out there and do something. And I got both of y'all on me. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mr. JC.
No, I wanted just to ask a question. So do you think a white teacher, when they're teaching black students, they're going to really care about them getting good grades compared to a white student?
It depends on the teacher. Like I said, if you're a racist teacher,
we don't use that word. It depends.
Okay,
we don't
I
use
get
that word.
one
It depends.
Okay, well, it's situational. I'm gonna say that because I have had some white teachers that honestly have put more into. They saw my potential and didn't have a problem with trying to get me up to par. They saw what I was capable of doing. I honestly have not experienced a racist teacher at all. I know there are plenty out there that exist, but as far as the answer, I think they're going to show favoritism? It depends. There are some that will.
Listen. There is just a simple disconnect with someone who is not like you. That's just facts of life. Because I'm gonna give an example, like the Rittenhouse, who killed them people when at the rally or whatever. He shot up some white folks. He was a white folk that shot up white folks. I'm not. I feel for families, but it didn't touch me like Trayvon Martin. It didn't touch me like George Floyd. There's a disconnect when you're dealing with people that ain't like you. And now these teachers are in our community and they're in teaching our children. And our children, those are two professions, teachers and police officers that are revered. Those are the first teachers as kids.
Can you tell me
That's a
why they're
lot.
not in
But
our
we're not
community teaching
seeing
us?
our what?
I said,
What just
can
happened?
you tell
No,
me why they are in our communities teaching our children? Is it
they
that
got hired
our
for the job.
people are not applying for the position to teach their
Yeah.
own?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
y'all do know that the teachers are like the lowest person in college. They just have a basic degree. They went to college, so now they can be a teacher. I mean, teacher is like you failed at everything else. They look down at teachers. College people look down at teachers.
Okay.
I mean, y'all do know that. I mean, because the teacher's not that dude. They just they made it through.
Who is that
They,
dude?
they got a degree in
Who is
basket
that
weaving or
dude?
something.
So
Huh?
who is that dude? And who is that dude then? You said teacher's not that dude. So they the
No,
lowest form.
no. Yeah,
So
they don't. They are not respected by other graduates. Now you said who is that dude?
Yeah.
Oh, who is that dude? No, teachers. The reason that they don't get paid is because they barely made it through college. But since they graduated, they got a degree. Now they can be a teacher, and they get a curriculum. They give it to them, and they move on. So they're not respected. Nobody respect a teacher, dude. You barely made it through college.
But they're teaching our wait, hold on. You talking about grown-up stuff as far as like, okay, within that realm. But these are the people that are teaching our students. These are teaching our children, your children, my children, Janetta's children, Mr. JC's children. These are who are in the classrooms. So whether they're the bottom of the chain or not, or they're not respected or not, that's kind of irrelevant. To be honest with you,
all they have is a curriculum. They don't have no control. They give them some stuff. Here, teach them this, and they follow it. They're not coming in with some extra knowledge and then keep saying some stuff. No, they just doing what the principal them say. Whatever the
Let me ask you a question.
Is.
So you don't think that's a problem that a majority of schools in black neighborhoods have white teachers? So you don't see that's nothing wrong with that?
Well, okay. I don't think that they're putting white people here and black people there. I don't think that they're that it's like that. I think that there's more white people that's graduating college.
That's what I do agree on.
I don't believe that.
I do agree with Miss Janetta what she said, that there's just not enough of us applying for those positions. And that's true. I mean, it shows coming up out of college. But at the same time, that's why I say college is not always beneficial, because it doesn't really guarantee you a job either.
If you in college and flunk out your major, you're gonna be a teacher. They're not respected. And white folks, black folks, when we go to college, we try it hard, boy. We try to do it all. So we don't flunk out and then go be a teacher. That's like when you say white privilege, the ability to fail. You can fail and it's all good. A black person fail, oh, them niggas can't get it. They just don't get it.
Jay Frey says, whatever the hell that means, he put up the muscles. What does that mean? What if white people were out here saying, damn, this is wait. Slow down, keep that up real quick. How do y'all feel about black people teaching our kids? There would be protests and everything because of that. It's teaching curriculum, nothing more. Whatever the hell that means. I don't even know what that means right there. But let's move on to the next topic. But look, hey, Mr. Don 3X38. Bro, it's a pleasure having you on the show. I wish you could have joined earlier when we, when you
send me the link. If you sent the link,
I did send you the link, nigga. Like, hold on. I did send you this nigga. All right. Get him off.
No,
get him off here. Get him off here. Get
You
his
didn't
ass
say
off of here. Stop the fucking shit. Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. Where that nigga at?
But I wanted to say to everybody out there that's looking at us and watching our show, this is not pre-taped. We don't cut, we don't edit, we don't do none of that. All of this is raw. Whatever y'all seeing us do is not unedited and none of that. It's raw at y'all. So, I appreciate y'all tuning in. It is what it is. It's the Focus Up show every morning, Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. You good, my boy? You good?
I had a quick dust up with Don X.
It is what it is.
That was
Okay,
so
what's the
silly.
next topic?
Back to the regular program. Okay.
But,
Okay. Salute Big Bro for coming on the show. Salute to my brother. That's my brother. That's my big brother.
Focus up. But we're gonna step into this other topic right quick. We've got like 9 minutes left in the show. Roe versus Wade. I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty familiar with this situation that's been going on for decades. Miss Jeanette, I know you pretty
Okay,
familiar.
as far as familiar, I'm just going to give my take. Like you said, most of us should be familiar with the case. And that started way back from 73, a pregnant woman, unmarried. She wanted her rights as far as whether she keep her child or not. It was a whole big old issue in Texas, took to the Supreme Court. But here we are in 2022 with this issue. This is my take on it. I feel like it's just strictly a political move with what they're trying to do. I don't really feel like it's about our rights as women. I think it's a straight political move. And the reason why I feel like it's a political move, because I feel like they see the decline in babies with white. They see it starting. They see it
Wait,
starting
where
to
that horn
decline.
at? Wait, where's that horn at for what she just said? Where's
They
that horn?
also see that it's declining and blacks as well. You know,
Better late than
Latinos
never.
are not having as many abortions, but here's where the catch is going to come back. When you try to be foul and be evil and try and take those that you feel like are poor and in poverty to stop them from having abortions because it's really a political move, is definitely going to backfire on them because, see, what's going to happen is the white people, the richy rich, will still be able to go other places, other countries, and get their abortions. But what's going to happen, the blacks, the poor, those that can't get their abortions, they're going to have more babies. But it's okay because we're going to need those black babies to help us with the political part when it comes time to voting, because that's
Right.
where the backfire is going to be. They're trying to do this so they can have more white people keep producing and have more children so they can win more elections, if you understand where I'm going with this.
Yes.
Wow.
See, here's the thing. In over 25 states in America, white people have had more deaths than babies was born. So that's a reason why they're importing a lot of Ukrainians and stuff like that. This is just why not. Those are white folks. They got to get their numbers up. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Now, as far as Roe v. Wade, I'm abortion will never be illegal in the United States. That would never be a term. But it is a political issue they bring up every now and then just to, hey, chew on this. Look what the Republicans are trying to do. Because the election is coming up again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they nominated Ketanji, and all this stuff is relevant for the future. See, that's how they think. They think about the future coming up. We're thinking about right now. Where that money at right now? No, they talking about like longevity and years to come. So Roe v. Wade will never be illegal. But check this out. Not illegal, but abortion. But here's the thing. Abortion. I'm for abortion. It ain't up to me to tell a woman you can't do something with your body. That's growing out of your body. Once it's here, that's a different story. That's a different story. Now, as far as the timeline of that nature, when is that actual human? I don't make that decision, and I really don't have a say. I don't have an opinion on that. I really don't.
I
If
just
I
feel
don't,
like
if you ain't came out, I don't know you.
Yeah, I think every female should have the right to do what she chooses to do with her body. I think it has a lot to do with population control. You know, but at the same time, like I said, I think every woman should have the right to choose whether she wants to keep the baby or, you know, choose not to have the baby at all. Um, you know, that's my take
my
on it.
only issue is those that wait to the last minute. You know, they feeling their baby move, and you know, because they're not only just they're putting themselves at risk either way it goes. And I also feel like this Roe v. Wade is a political issue because they want to stop the pills. Most of the abortions are done via pill now. You can just go online like we are, talk to a nurse practitioner or something, get a prescription sent in the mail, and you pop that pill and you aborting your baby. I mean, to each his own. Women should have rights to their body just like men should have their rights. But as far as the abortions, if you want to put stipulations on it, just put stipulations on a deadline like they've been doing as far as you shouldn't have an abortion after these amount of weeks. Either way it go, when you undergo any type of procedure, you're putting yourself at risk regardless. But it's a choice
Right.
that we should be allowed to make. Hands down, this is really just a political move.
Yeah, for right now. But I feel like this too. And like when having an abortion, like I remember where my second wife, where she had a stillborn. The baby was not, it was just not growing. It was
Mm-hmm.
not born. It was like she was like 2 months, but it was no movement. So she had to have a DNC. So we go to the clinic. We had to set up. It's like you're having an abortion. Oh my God, they was out there protesting it, and it was like I'm like, am I about to fight somebody out here in the damn streets because they were protesting abortion? But she had to get that out there. You can't have a dead fetus inside of your womb too long. You freak around and get sick and die. So
Yeah.
that was a battle just getting through the whole protesters and all that. I was like, because there are medical reasons why a woman should have an abortion or wants to have to get that out of there. Some people
Agreed.
can't have kids; it might cost them their life. You know.
Yeah, I agree on that. I agree on that. I know if I was a female, I would want to have the right, you know, especially if I got raped or you know something like that happened, and I didn't have the right to get rid of the baby. I mean, you know, I don't know how would I process that. You know what I mean? Raising somebody else's baby that had, you know, forced me to have sex. Now I gotta have this person's baby. Oh no.
Hey, here's the thing too. It's a lot of politicians, white politicians out there. I bet you if your daughter had a black baby, you like you better get rid of that. And they might be the one preaching pro life. See, a lot of times people don't feel stuff until it hit them personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Don said a lot of women use abortion as birth control. Wow.
Him again?
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Hey, cut the camera off. Hey, thanks for joining the Focus Up show. Where at? Yo,
Once again, we are coming to the conclusion of the show, y'all. I think that will be, you know, the show for this weekend. Appreciate y'all tapping into the Focus Up show. We'll have more topics for y'all next Saturday, 9 o'clock sharp. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. And much success to y'all week. Have a successful week production. And I appreciate y'all again.
Focus Up.
Focus
Salute.
up. Salute. That's a wrap.